Hello YouTube, Scamp the Wolf here, back with another collection, CD collection video. This time it's Taproot. Now Taproot is an underrated nu metal band. Like, they only had 6 albums in their discography. Like, we could get through this very quickly, just like with the 12 Stones one, because like with Taproot, 12 Stones also had 6 CDs. And Taproot also has 6 CDs, so we could probably get through this one. Taproot, I got into them in 2012. Like when Plead the Fifth was like, that was my first album from them, and this is when the Episodes was coming out, which is the bottom one. So, yeah, let's begin. First up is Taproot's debut album, Gift. This was released in 2000, of course. Now this is a promo copy, like, because you can see that little stamp here that says it's for promotional use only, and all that stuff. So it's kind of like promo copies are kind of collectible, but that's beside the point. The point is, what do I think of this album? It's good. Like, it's like with most debut albums, like I have said many times, debut albums aren't usually the band's best work, but like, you know, this is good because like there's some stuff I don't care for, like Emotional Times. I'm not huge on that track, but then again, there are some good tracks on here. Smile, Again and Again, Believed, Meant to Be, Mirror's Reflection, all that stuff. I is another good song. Pretty much. Once again, not their best, but like, still good. It's probably 7 or 8 out of 10. More than likely a 7 out of 10 on my list. So that's Taproot's debut. Next up, Taproot Welcome, their sophomore album. And this is their best. This album is fantastic. I recommend it to a lot of people. Pretty much anyone, really. This is more melodic, more straightforward than their first album. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Good tracks on here: Poem, Everything, Art, Fault, Myself, Sometimes. Like, that's a good acoustic track. Dreams, Time. I could just recommend the entire CD, the entire track list, because there isn't a weak moment on this album. There's nothing that I would consider bad about this album. I mean, art is subjective, of course, but there you go. That's Taproot's Welcome, their best work, in my opinion. Here's what I consider to be their second best: Blue Sky Research. This is their third album, released in 2005. Welcome was released in 2002. Here's the back, and the track list is sideways. If you look at it this way, it's like it's sideways. You have to do this. This is easily their most melodic and their most radio friendly, I guess, album. I mean, like, and that's good because they do it very well. There's tracks like Birthday, Face Peeler, Calling, I Will Not Fall for You, Violet Seas, Lost in the Woods, So Eager, which is probably my favorite track, She, Promise. I mean, again, I could recommend this whole album. Like, I mean, I don't think it's as good as Welcome, but it's still very good. This is a very good album. Highly recommended. If you want something that isn't like the most common nu metal stuff, like Linkin Park or like Deftones or something like that, this is very good too. In fact, Taproot's whole discography would be among that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this album. Next up is not one of their best albums by any means. This is Our Long Road Home, and I don't think this is on Spotify. But it's still okay. It's not one of their best. It's more standard. Like, there's not a lot that like pops out or anything like that. Like, the first 2 tracks are pretty good. That's really all I remember from this. I don't usually listen to this album very much. It is kind of just there. Also, the digipack is one of those. It's like kind of square. Like, if you look at it on your CD shelf, it looks like it's like farther back, because the digipack is like smaller than a CD case is. Like, which is okay, since I have the album anyway. That's fine. So that's Our Long Road Home. Next up is the first Taproot album that I got, Plead the Fifth. It's also the first one I listened to in full back in the day, 2012. 2011, 2012 is when I heard this for the first time. Pretty good album. This is their third best, I think. You got some good songs on here like Now Rise, Fractured, Everything I Said Was True, Release Me, 911 Lost, or 911 Os, whatever. Trophy Wi-Fi, that's a good song. Left Behind, Game Over. There's plenty of good stuff here. This is more of the style that was on Gift, but because Taproot was like 5 albums deep into their career, it didn't sound as messy as Gift did. Like, Gift is still good, but this is more pristine of an album, I guess. Like, even though there is rougher production, it's still good. Plead the Fifth by Taproot. Finally, we have their most recent album and their most experimental and somewhat controversial as well. This is the Episodes. This is their last album in a long time. Wish they'd come out with something new, but this is probably my least favorite because, like, you know, Taproot has experimented before in the past, but like this experiment didn't really work. It's hard to tell what kind of direction they went in with this album. Like, I would say it's still like along the Blue Sky Research kind of sound, but like it's not well tuned enough like Blue Sky Research was. Like, there isn't really much on here. I mean, No Surrender, Memorial Park, Strange and Fascinating, I guess. If you really want to like listen to this album, maybe those would be tracks. I mean, you could try it. I mean, like, if you think this is a good album, then that's good. But like, my opinion, is my least favorite. But it's still good to have. So that's the Episodes by Taproot. And that is it for this collection. So I will see you in the next video. This is Scamp. And I'm getting out of here. Take care.